So we're here at HOOE Lake, and what we can see here is the remains of the Roger. She was a Belgian boat, and through the ship's project, we've used Roger many times to as a training practice of how to record vessels, and also how to see how vessels break down on the foreshore. And you can see by how she was built. In between here are the cement ballast that were poured in for her. And there's even a bit of her galley left. You can see the tiles, there's red, green, and yellow tiles that are still left. And unfortunately, Roger has deteriorated quite quickly because she was put here and she was a houseboat, but some vandals came by and burned her. So the difference between Roger being a historic structure and learning about how vessels deteriorate and how they're built is very different to what we have over here, which has been abandoned here in the last 15 years, which is a wooden boat that is covered in GRP. And with the 1,000 Tires project, we also have noticed that there's a problem with abandoned GRP boats on the foreshore, on the coastlines around Plymouth. And one of the things that we're going to do with the 1,000 Tires project is address this issue. So besides identifying tires, we're going to identify GRP material and GRP boats that need to be recycled. And the best thing to come from the 1,000 Tires project is I have a gentleman who has gotten in contact with me that has a startup company to properly and responsibly recycle GRP. And these are fiberglass boats, what you can see here. You can even see from the inside of some of this fiberglass how it breaks down. So how this breaks down is that there's tiny little pieces that end up breaking down and producing plastic into our environment. And up till now, what happens with GRP is that it gets cut up and it gets put to landfill. But the idea with working with Marine Recycling Limited is that we will identify the GRP, we will remove it into a processing where all of the marine growth can be removed from it. It will be separated and it will be taken from waste to energy, which is the best thing that could really come from this. We have tons of stuff on the foreshore that needs to be recycled responsibly, not just taken off and put into landfill and becomes a problem later on. This is really about doing sustainable change for Plymouth.